Equality taken to its absolute extreme becomes authoritarianism. Look at any socialist, any so-called socialist republic, which there cannot be a socialist republic, the People's Republic. No, the People's Party is just another word for a feel good term used to calm the masses while they put the yoke of ignorance and foolishness over your neck, and they cast away the yoke of wisdom. Sirach. For many of you Catholics, you've heard the passage in the Bible, in your Bible, about put the yoke of wisdom over your neck. You know where I'm getting that from. That is what I'm referring to. Cast off the yoke of ignorance and foolishness, and ye put on the yoke of wisdom. You Protestants, Roman Protestant Catholics need to, including you non-denominational types, really need to pick up the Apocrypha and read it. There's some good stuff in there. It may just be mostly a repeat of the Bible, but you might appreciate the way it's said. And I think many people really should read Sirach, the Wisdom of Solomon, Proverbs, and Ecclesiastes. My 4 favorite books from the Bible. If I had to pick 4 books from the Bible, those are the 4 books. Because I think most of the Bible I just don't really care for, generally. But I find it is nonetheless an interesting book to read. So what they do, and authoritarians are hardly the wise types. Remember Scar from the Lion King? Scar from the Lion King knew nothing about what he wanted to do. What Scar wanted to do was Scar just thought he wanted the benefits of rule. So, I just get the benefits of rule. Then I want to rule, and yet I can't really rule. And what ends up happening is Pride Rock goes down the shithole because some fucktard moron named Scar, I'm sorry if I cussed here. I shouldn't be cussing out here around people, around neighborhoods. Gotta be more respectful of an individual here. But he was a fucktard, and he really was. The dude essentially didn't know what he wanted, and because he didn't know what he wanted, everyone else suffered. Quite literally. Because he didn't understand how the world worked, which a lot of these people pushing for equality don't know what they're doing. If there be a God, then he created this earth then God created the earth. God created the earth, if there be a God, to be multifaceted. It's why you got so many different cultures which view that have different approaches to the concept of God. You got the Abrahamics, who believe that you're a goddamn sinner who needs the saving of Christ. You got the Jews who don't believe in that nonsense, but they do believe that in the atonement of sin, that you have to pay, that you pay a price, because in magic, because that's magic, because the sacrifices in the Old Testament were a form of magic, by which you give something up so that way you may gain a better life in the future. You lay what is the most important thing to you on the altar, like Isaac was the most important thing to Abraham, your child. And although that might be a story which is kind of debatable in the morality, the basic premise, we'll just go with the basic premise, we're not going to argue the morality of it, is sacrifice. Be willing to put that which is most important to you on the altar. That's kind of how the Jews approached it. Now, and that's kind of how a lot of ancient people approached it, of the time period approached it. You know, and then you have the Indian monists, and you have the Shaivites and the Vaishnavites, which have all those similar concepts of God. They're all draw from the Vedas and what they teach on God. You know, it is by that. Which is the root of all. The Vedas and what the Upanishads teach us, and Krishna, I think even Krishna teaches God can take I am what I will be. And I think that's the Yoga Vasista, but God takes the form of whatever form is in the heart of man, because it's easier for us to understand. We can't comprehend the massive incomprehensibility that is God, because like the Hermeticists, it's why the Hermeticists call this the all, as in capital A, lowercase ll. The all is so massive. It's comparable to Carl Sagan's The Fourth Dimension. Try being a three-dimensional being, imagining a fourth dimension. It would be so hard for us to comprehend such a thing in its completeness, because we don't have a frame of reference for such a thing. We don't live in the fourth dimension like God may. Let's say God lives in the fourth dimension. Could very well be a computer. We could very well be living inside the Matrix from the Matrix movies. and God is the architect. That's another way, the holographic universe theory. I mean, where was I back on? Oh yeah, socialism. What kind of God wouldn't create the world? See, God intended the world to be multiplicity. All sorts of different kinds of life forms. If everything had to be the same, which is why socialism is a bunch of Bernie Sanders, Ben Shapiro, Barry Soetoro. In other words, you know what I mean by that. You know, word cow dung. A bunch of cow dung. Because what socialism's aim, make everything equal. All are created equal. Bring equality to beyond its absolute limit. And make everyone equal. So there are no rich people. So there are no poor people. They're just people. Because, there's just people. There's no diversity. Make everything look like a brown turd. In the name of Karl Marx, in the name of John Vladimir Lenin, in the name of Joseph Alexander Stalin. Because that's what you are advocating for. You're advocating for boring, brown, gray, and unrealistic nonsense. You're arguing for ugly, for fat, ugly-looking woman. That's what you're arguing for. Instead of the beautiful, attractive woman of diversity. By the way, I don't have any problem with fat people. I don't care so much about the body, depending upon what we're... I care about the character, usually, of a person more so than the body. Unless we're creating airplanes. Yeah, a person's weight can affect an airplane. I could see that. That's why I'm not really in favor. That's why I'm really in favor of making airplanes able to withstand the weight of people and developing technologies which may improve the way they work. Well, but socialism would favor the ugly fat woman of equality. All women must look fat. Because you can't have a beautiful, attractive woman like Lara Croft, like the character Lara Croft, or Cortana. Cortana can't look beautiful and attractive. Because, and like to me personally, I don't care if someone just... I don't really care other than, if you have the hots for Rei Ayanami or Asuka Langley Soryu, I mean, that's on you. That's not on me. I don't have to care about that. I don't have to care about that. I don't have to care about you liking Rei Ayanami or having the hots for Rei Ayanami or Asuka Langley Soryu. Because that's just sort of how I am. I don't worry about what other people's fetishes and perversions and what else you can think of. I only care about, really mostly about what I want, more so than others. Because for the most part it is me, and you'll find that the vast majority of people are like that. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this incoherent rant on the ugly woman called equality. The ugly woman called equality. Where every woman must look like a fat lard. There cannot be diversity because it offends people. There must be equality. There must be equality. There can be no attractive women in the socialist republic. In the socialist, communist, not people's republic. You know, this ridiculous notion. Yep. That's all. Peace out.